Yeah. So it's Andy here for Going Nomad AKA Pigs on Bikes, and it's a summer's day in Tunbridge Wells. Yeah, Tunbridge Wells. Bit of a random one for you. Just had a job down on near the south coast, near Hastings, so we're just trekking back now. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Thought I'd give you a few of the street scenes from Tunbridge Wells, Royal Tunbridge Wells as well. There we go, Royal Tunbridge Wells. Not very exciting really, to be honest. It's a bit, I don't know, architecture's a bit 1910, 2030 in places, and it's got some older stuff and it's got some newer stuff, like this new thing here. Don't know what that is. Looks like it's been reinvented actually. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, yeah. So it's a bit hilly around here actually. You're sort of doing a lot of ups and downs, and I think across England in general we're on about 40 days with no rain now, which is an absolute record for England. And people are saying it's the best summer ever, apart from the one in 1976, of course, which everybody says was the best summer ever. I'm sure it wasn't, and I'm sure this one isn't really, although it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it hasn't rained for 40 odd days, and at the moment it's 28.5 degrees, so it's not too bad, as they say in Norfolk, and everything's really dry, of course. Very, very dry at the moment, very hot, and people are generally slightly agitated, and 3/4 of the population are saying, God, it's too hot, and I wish it was winter again. And they're probably the 3/4 of the population that will be saying, oh my God, it always rains in England in September or October, and say, oh, it's so cold, when it's just about 4 degrees and drizzling in January time. So we're right in the middle of Tunbridge Wells now, and it's Royal Tunbridge Wells. I don't know why it's Royal Tunbridge Wells. If you know why it's Royal Tunbridge Wells, then drop us a comment below and tell us why. Obviously it's to do with the King and Queen, or Queen, of course. King and or Queen at some point in history. And we aren't really very far from London. You can just see the green sign there, pointing us to London on the very famous and incredibly dull A26. So Royal Tunbridge Wells isn't a very big city. I think it's a city because I think it's got a cathedral. I'm not certain. We've got this weird thing in England. If you're American, you might be interested in this. I know a lot of American people do watch Going Nomads AKA Pigs on Bikes. Yeah, we've got a weird thing in England where we call it a city if it's got a cathedral, and a town, it's only a town if it hasn't got a cathedral, which makes life really complex, because some places that are really big aren't cities, and other places that are really small are considered cathedrals. No, considered cities, small places with cathedrals, classed as cities. Anyway, see, it's already too complex. I can't think and talk and drive at the same time. Never mind. There we go. So yeah, coming through the town centre in Tunbridge Wells, and we're sort of making our way out of it now, heading north towards London on the ever so exciting A26. Don't really know why my sat nav brought me this way. It's a bit of a difficult place to get to, is the south coast of England, without going through this kind of thing, and without going on the A roads, which of course all lead through places like this, and it's a lot easier to travel on our M roads, which, if you're not familiar with the British road system, is M for motorway, which means that you don't have any junctions or turn-offs on it as such, and you probably won't find a roundabout in the middle of it. You can just hit the gas and do 70 miles an hour. Sorry, English, hit the accelerator and do 70 miles an hour. So, again, if you're unfamiliar, this yellow box on the left-hand side here is a speed camera, along with white lines on the road, which tell you that you should be slowing down because up ahead is something, either an accident black spot or, oh, there we go, sports and tennis centre, army reserve centre on the left there. That's what it probably was, or normally a school or a complex junction or something like that. So, or maybe just lots of people like speeding there and they like catching them and giving them fines. Oh no, there's the school. School on the left, Tunbridge Wells. Grammar school for boys. Of course it'd be a grammar school in Royal Tunbridge Wells, wouldn't it? Because Royal Tunbridge Wells is distinctly upper class, don't you know, darling? Yes, upper class. Ha 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 ha. And upper class people go to grammar schools, don't they? And private schools. And us mere peasants don't. We go to comprehensive schools and recently academies, which is a new thing for me. And basically I remember them turning some of the schools in Norwich into academies, and it seemed to me it was all of the crap schools, all the ones without a very good reputation, were turned into academies. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, this is Royal Tunbridge Wells. It's coming up for the outskirts of it now. It's nearly in a place called Southborough, actually, Southborough. And yeah, Southborough is like a little town all of its own on the edge of Tunbridge Wells. That was great. Those two lads were utterly underage and utterly without wearing a helmet, which is brilliant. I've never seen such blatant disregard for the law since I was a teenager, and we used to do that kind of thing ourselves. Of course not me, I never did that. No, other people, bigger boys, and then they ran away. Yeah, cool. So Tunbridge Wells might be upper middle class or upper class, but even upper class kids can be hooligans. Oh, very interesting. So yes, in the distance there we have some kind of construction going on, some kind of tower crane, which is quite exciting. Some cyclist trying not to commit suicide by cycling up the white line there is very good. Crumbs, are all law breakers around here, aren't they? You see, that's what happens when you go to grammar schools for boys, is you become rebellious and break the law. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough. We're getting out of Tunbridge Wells now. I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday afternoon here in Royal Tunbridge Wells, middle of July, I think. Yes, it is the middle of July. Well, it's the end of July actually. And I'm gonna find some food because I haven't had any lunch yet as such, and carry on making my way back to Norwich. Yeah, that's nice. You liked that, didn't you? Cool. All right. So like, share, subscribe, but don't forget to email me at Going Nomad 123@gmail.com, and also you can check out the website, which I haven't done a lot on at the moment, but you can have a look at it anyway. Might have something exciting on there for you, which is www.goingnomad123.com. and drop your comments below. It's always good to hear from people. And to everybody out in the other countries apart from England, hope you're all safe out there, and I hope to catch you soon. All right, bye bye, take care, bye.